So, what is the Forge, and kind of what's the backstory? Where did it come from? And does it have anything to do with the movie The Forge? So, let me start there. And no, we don't have anything to do with the movie The Forge. But funny enough, we actually had just renamed the group to The Forge just before, I think it was January, before that movie came out. And just after we renamed it and we started using the name, um, then we see the advertising for the movie, and I had some mixed feelings about it at first, but I hear it's a great movie, and yeah, I still haven't seen it. I gotta see it, but my understanding is actually it's pretty similar to what we are as The Forge, and so in 2023, God gave me a vision of bringing together Christian business owners in Wise County, and not just through one church necessarily, but through multiple churches, and we're just kind of all come together and in a what's called a peer group setting. I was familiar with other organizations like this, a peer group or a mastermind setting. And so there are some secular groups, and then there are some Christian-based organizations as well. And basically, business owners come together in a meeting setting and they help each other with their businesses. And in the Christian ones, of course, they pray for each other and they give each other biblical perspective and things like that. And so, anyway, it was kind of, I had seen several of those organizations up close and operated as a facilitator in some of them and built content and just really felt like I had a clear vision of what I wanted this organization to be. And so that was in 2023, operated for a while with this is the advisory board that I'm talking about that we formed, and operated for a while, just kind of as an open organization, having people come in. And then in last year in 2024, made the shift to be a members only group. And that's what's really cool is that the dues from the members fund the scholarship. And what was cool about it is that wasn't the original plan. And so, I and the advisory board folks, and I mean, we're just walking this out with the Lord and just trying to hear from Him and hold loosely our plans and ideas. I thought this might be more of a career or somewhat of a job function, but as I was forming it, I was just really conflicted about it. I kept praying about it, and I really wasn't sure what to do. I kept saying, "Is this a ministry?" And I didn't have a clear answer that it was yes. But finally, last year, it did become clear. Really interesting, actually. As soon as we started collecting dues and I started getting that money, that's when I said, "I don't think I want this money." And it was really cool that I was at a senior graduation, seeing the awards given out to all the seniors and the scholarships. And that's when it clicked. And I was like, that's it. We are going to use this money. I don't want the money. We're going to use our dues from the advisory board and we're going to give it to the kidpreneurs. And so that's where we were. So we didn't, being smaller and starting mid-year, and we didn't have a lot of funds, but we said, okay, we're going to provide some seed money, and then we'll get scholarships or sponsors rather as well. And then we'll get sponsors as well, and we'll be able to have a nice year one scholarship. And we'll see where all this goes and how big the scholarships get and what all this whole ministry can be beyond just the Kidpreneur Scholarship. But there's a little bit of backstory on what the Forge is, where it came from, how it's funded, and all of that. So we have the advisory board, we have the Kidpreneur Scholarship, and then what we've done and what we want to get into more of a routine doing is maybe a couple times a year, but actually doing like lunch and learns more for the community. So for business owners can bring their teams and come and learn some of the same things we're learning in the advisory board, the different lessons and content and things like that we would do in a broader setting. So we've only done one of those, and my goal would be that we would start doing one or two a year. But as of now, doing the Kidpreneur Scholarship, we're going to put those on hold. But that is kind of the scope of what the Forge is. We have the advisory board, we have the Kidpreneur Scholarship, and we expect to be doing the lunch and learn soon. And then to kind of kick those back off. And then, the cool thing about the Kidpreneur Scholarship is when I talk with entrepreneurs, we get really excited about the longer term vision. If you think about it, it occurred to me that, well, if we award a kidpreneur, that means they've had some level of achievement. They've done something already in order to earn the award. And that's great. And that's where we're starting. But what about all the kids kind of earlier they're starting and they need help to be able to be successful, to be able to be in position to win an award or go on. And so there's a lot of room to go beyond just this one scholarship. And I mean, there are ideas like workshops, there are ideas, resources, and how can we help kids just really get off on a good foundation in their entrepreneurship, and then also beyond when we give out the awards. So there are more ideas than we can execute on. And one thing that I've been really careful to do is to make sure that we grab onto what we can execute on with excellence. And so that is our goal for this scholarship, to make sure that we can do that with excellence. And we're just going to walk this out, see what doors God might open, where He calls us, try to hold our ideas loosely, and let Him shape this into what it's going to be. And we're going to start with the 2025 Kidropreneur Scholarship. So there's a little backstory on who is the Forge and where'd the scholarship come from and all of that. All right, thanks.